They delayed the Alterion release, which it's made me tear up a little bit in the corner of my eye. But
okay, so no, it's Monster Hunter for Matt and Aiden. That's a good choice. What else you got?
I actually haven't touched Monster Hunter in months.
All right.
No, I've been playing the MMO Phantasy Star Online 2 that just released here in America.
What platform's that on? PC?
Xbox and PC through the Microsoft Store.
Ooh.
Yeah, it had some trouble launch day, but it feels pretty good now. I'm very much enjoying that and then the remaster or the redone version of the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games for the Switch, so Pokemon Mystery Dungeon DX. So I've been playing through those two. Cool. That's about it, actually.
Okay, so I've actually managed to put the live chat in our video feed, so what they type will be recorded. So Coop, behave yourself, your daughter's right beside you. And we are recording. So what about you, Joe, Ryan, Corey? Wither King was asking about video games we're playing. I think it's video games we're playing. I think it's so.
I am doing Minecraft Dungeons with the little guy.
Oh, nice. With your son. That's nice.
It's good for him. It's very boring for me.
It's no Diablo is what you're saying.
No, it's definitely kid friendly. Like, we've already gone through, like, it came out when did it come out? Thursday? So we've already gone through once. Now we're doing it on impossible level, and then next is like ridiculous level until the new patches come out. So
cool.
He likes it. It's pretty basic. Just and hack and shoot everything. So.
Okay. Well, what about you, Mr. Messina? What have you been playing lately?
A couple. I've been flipping around. Turn-based games have kind of been my jam as of lately, having the young one running around. So being able to walk away from the game at any moment has been a big boon. Lately, I've been putting time into Warhammer 40k Gladys, which is a 4X game. It's a ton of fun, and it's got a bunch of different factions, and they each got their own approach on it. So I got into that. I was playing Civ 6 before that, but I realized that like we're all playing humans, so that kind of got boring fast. And that Path of Exile, that's ARPG, very much like Diablo. Outside of that, and Pathfinder Kingmaker, whenever I actually do get some time to play something, it's full action. But actually, multiplayer, me and Aiden actually got to sit down and play a full match of Crawl.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun when we did that.
Yeah.
Shoot, when was that? It was like a week ago?
Something like that, yeah. And it was just two of us. It was a lot of fun. But imagine with four of us, it's where three of you take turns to be are the bad guy while one of you is a hero. And if the three baddies beat the hero, whoever gets the killing blow on the hero then becomes the hero, and whoever was the hero becomes a baddie, and the cycle repeats until you beat the dungeon, and that's the end goal.
Cool. And Mr. Chazon, been playing any games lately?
Yeah, I play a little bit of Fortnite with the kids.
Oh yeah.
And yep. And I'm a Warcrafter.
Coming in.
I'm started back on World of Warcraft Classic.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Now we were playing DDO. It's like a Dungeons and Dragons Online MMO to build some chemistry. Just for fun, my wife and I have started a YouTube channel called Jeff and Cheryl Play and Record, and we've been playing like a silent movie with me adding music. Humans Fall Flat is so much fun. To play these little like rubber doll dudes that like have to fix puzzles together conjointly, and we made them look like ourselves, is so much fun. Thanks to Ryan's recommendation, we just bought Divinity 2, and it's like Baldur's Gate. Yeah, Original Sin, and it's like Baldur's Gate. We've played it once,
so
put
good.
up like that. We've been playing some Golf It, and I'm talking to these guys about being guests on that channel and playing with us and stuff. My wife's been playing a game called Shelter. It's really neat. It's kind of an 8-bit graphic, but it's like a post-apocalyptic thing. You have to build like a bunker and feed everybody and keep them going, and they leave and you're outside in the hazmat suit and you come back in. It's like a side scroll, I
think I've seen it before. It's it looked like a fun game.
Yeah, I was talking to my son today actually about getting my hands on Dishonored 2 because I never played it. I played the first one and loved it. For me, I like sneaky games. I just finally conquered Sniper Elite 4. Haven't finished Hitman, and I'm still working my way through Assassin's Creed Origins. With the the Egyptian aspect is really selling it for me.
Yeah,
and that's us.
I've seen a lot of friends playing that Assassin's Creed Origins game on the PSN network.
I picked up for my first time. I picked up Assassin's Creed there, the one where it's in Greece.
That's the
Odyssey.
new one. Yeah, that's the new one.
Yeah, I've been playing that one there on and off there. But
oh, dude, you should play. It's either the second or the third one. That one would hold an extra special place in your heart because you literally are in like old world Sicily.
Oh, that would.
Oh yeah, the one with Enzo.
Actually,
Enzo, it's the second or the third. I can't recall.
It's the cities that I've been to.
It's the second, and today they say it's the best.
It's incredible.
I've played it. It's really good.
I loved Revelations.
I like the pirate one. Was good. I played it with the
Black Flag.
Yeah,
was amazing.
It was really cool. I never conquered it, but it was really good.
I'm a huge fan of like naval combat games.
Yeah, so. Actually, Odyssey has the naval system that was brought in during the one with the pirates.
Yep.
And so yeah, that's half the time I spent like a couple of nights just like ramming other ships because that's a valid strategy. That's what we did. And I'm like, I just became a terror.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
it's too much fun.
Wait, I'm the bad guy. But my favorite story from Assassin's Creed was that you can go after marks because there's a secret cult that you're trying to go after. And I was going after my one mark, and you go run around, you gather clues, you find out who they are, and then you find their identity is revealed, and then you go after them. Well, I was going after them, and I happened to kill a guard or something, and this one citizen witnessed me. I'm like, oh shit, no witnesses. So then I killed the citizen. Turns out the citizen was another cult member that I didn't even know was a cult member. It was just a random stabbing. And it's like, Mark killed. I'm like, no, I didn't get them. They're over there on the other side of town. It's like, oh, damn. Well, yeah, that wasn't me killing an innocent. That was totally me killing a target. Yeah.
So apologies, gentlemen. I appreciate. I'm the first one to appreciate any good rant. You know what? That's not going to work. I tried to put it in the feed, but you know what? Every time I click on the map, it's going to make it disappear, so we're actually going to miss comments. We don't want to do that. Any chance, Ryan, that you could get a bayonet for Sasha? Maybe a midi saber on the front?
Get a bayonet for Sasha?
Yeah.
Sure. Isn't that just putting something sharp on the front of it? Matt, you're
no, a vibro blade.
Because that's all Sasha needs. Just another method of killing people.
A big phallic symbol on the front that vibrates.
No bullets, no problem.
Yes. Well, it's a big phallic symbol on the front, but because it vibrates, because Sasha's a chick, I think that'll work out. All right.
Oh my god.
Well, to everyone's yum, there's one person's yuck.
There you go.
Oh, I just thought of another game.
What?
The game that I'm actually currently playing a lot of right now is Warzone, Call of Duty.
Oh, yeah, I see you on that a lot.
Well, my brother picked it up. It's free, right? So we just like
on PlayStation or
PS4, yeah. But it's cross-platform. So if you play it on Xbox, I can make Activision friends with you, and we can play together.
It's also
free on PC, yeah.
What? Where do I go get this?
Blizzard, the
Battle.net.
Blizzard launcher, Battle.net, yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. So was there microtransactions? How do they do?
Yep, there's microtransactions. But okay, basically, I think the reasoning they're giving it away for free because you don't get the whole game. All you get to play are a selection of. It's usually like you can play battle royale quads, duos, trios, or solo.
Right.
And then there's another mode, and that's the one I play called Plunder, where the whole goal is to be a war profiteer. It's like, yeah, let's do this. You just run around the map looting stuff and killing other players.
Yeah, no, I've seen some gameplay from some people there, like doing squad base. So basically, we could all hop onto it, and we go through like between whatever platform we're playing on, play together, and be terrors.
Yep,
that would be fun.
Oh, it's horribly addictive. Horribly addictive. And I actually am like not a fan of Call of Duty games, but this one, it's very enjoyable.
Okay.
We just figured out that you can attach C4 to the recon drone and make your own little homing bomb.
Oh, don't get me started on boom biking in Battlefield 4, where I take a dirt bike and put C4 all over it and then just like play chicken with a tank. Yeah, from
Battlefield 4, I was doing that in Bad Company 2.
Oh, yeah, it was so much
Get
fun.
on my level, boy.
So much. Yeah, but
without the C4.
I'm not talking about ambushing a tank from the side. I'm talking about it's on the road and the turret turns and you're there going, I see you. Let's do this. And you go straight at it and it's firing and you're weaving. You know, I mean, there's balls, and then there's the guy with the last name Ball, you're saying? So, welcome to my level. Anyway, hello, everyone. Welcome to another exciting
episode. That's what
episode.
you should name your gaming podcast with your wife.
We went through a lot of funny names. I got to tell you, but you know what? It just...
Balls!
Yeah, playing with balls, you know, it's just like, okay. Not for kids, you know, I got to check that on the box right away. You know?
Family friendly.
Like, why didn't you go with that?
Maybe we could change it. I don't. There was a lot. There was a tirade through the family of, you know. Anyway,
or just make that your catchphrase for when you close out the show.
We're talking about our new YouTube channel where I'm playing video games with my wife called Jeff and Cheryl Playing Record on YouTube, and apparently it's going to be renamed because I actually like that. That's funny. Hello everyone. We've been streaming, talking with our audience, or ignoring them, for like 30 minutes, and we've been recording talking about video games for 10. And I'm going to leave this in because the people want to know what video games you guys play. They're probably going, what the heck is this? But if you're just turning in now and this is your first episode of Star Wars, please go back to season 1, episode 1, listen to Trader's Gambit. It's a good book. We went through book 2, A Wretched Hive, and now we're in book 3, season 3. Episode something or other, the Queen of Air Darkness. And you are correct, we have not finished combat. We stopped it with our new martial artists surrounded, so I'm gonna crank up some battle music. And now we need to go into the next round. So I believe we got possibly to the end of the round, or did I have a feeling I blue balled Joe and he was right about to do a move and I'm like, nope, we're ending it here, and you guys were like, oh, at least let him finish the round, and I was like, no, this is a great place to leave it. I'm
certain that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, I think it was something to do with the trip maneuver.
Oh, yeah. So quick, somebody anyone, audience, did we finish the combat round? You know,
I don't think we did.
No, we did. Definitely didn't.
If 4 years ago, when I had this crazy idea to start podcasting 4 years ago, and it took us a year to launch, if somebody said, Jeff, you're going to sit down and do one of your many podcasts, and you won't even be able to remember what happened in the last episode, I'm going to be like, yes, that's what I want. I want a multitude of games. I want the chaos. I want to play all my favorite games with my buddies and people and strangers and you Americans and all that. Give it to me. But the guilt I feel right now and the responsibility to our actual fans that I forgot to figure out where we left off is weighing. It's weighing.
Oh, and don't forget the Jets of Steam, guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Rob's telling us that now Alt GM Rob. See, that's good. That's good. Thank you, Rob. Rob Hammond, our Starfighter GM, is hanging out with us tonight in the chat. You want to say hi to him and ask him questions? Yeah, I'm sure he's happy to answer them because we've been blue balling him for Starfinder for like 6 months now. Nope, not yet. We're not ready. Nope, not yet. Oh, you're not ready. You know, that kind of thing. Even today, I was texting him and I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry. It's June. We're supposed to launch you, you know, and I need Star Wars footage. And he's like, no problem. I'm working on something new to fit in here. And I need 2 weeks. I'm like, okay, that works. That works. So let's go to the the bottom of round 6. And we had Rahaul, we had the baddies, and it is Vabish Mule. Vabash. One last time,
buddy. Vabash
Mule.
Just read it and say it.
Unless it's phonetically
easiest way.
Hooked on phonics sometimes doesn't work for Jeff.
Yeah,
no, but just look at it and read
you should have been with us when we were doing Zero of Dice Before Dishonor, and we're making the Sylvan language in Pathfinder, like Sylvan learning centers, because common is fun. Oh, that come out. It's never.
That's my line.
It's never left me. It's never left. So, what do you want to do there, sir?
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
We haven't played this game not very long.
You're surrounded.
He wants to win. He wants to win.
By my record.
Cue the Rocky theme.
Yeah, that's not bad. Actually, I had some decent Russian upcoming music for Orion's theme when you guys were in the very first episode. But you're surrounded.
The anthem already exists, man. You just need to use it. And great thing is it's not copyright.
Okay, you've got a machine shop, and to the one square to the south of you. I love this, Matt. Keep going. Don't stop. There's a guy prone, and behind you is a Minac, and in front of you is a guy standing with a pistol in your face, and you are allowed to use attack of opportunity or not provoke them because it's just a pistol. Your options are many, and yet somewhat, in trouble.
Kill him, Joe.
Get him, Joe.
Which one? Get him. Which one? That would be the question.
Do that move where you jump in the air, wrap your legs around his neck, spin around, and then get him in that, like, Hoist Gracie arm lock.
Oh, someone's waiting for Black Widow to come out.
Yeah, and get your all-leather outfit on at the same time.
Oh, yeah. No, Cheryl wants to see that, too. I'm like, yes, we are. Oh, yes, we are.
Coming to a theater, not near any of us.
All about the Scarlett Johansson. So...
What did I miss about Scarlett?
She's just a lovely, lovely individual.
Oh, she's on my bucket list.
I really, yeah, she's got to knock your teeth out for saying that. They're going to land in your bucket.
Yeah, probably, but that's okay. I'll take it.
Thank you, Miss Johnson. I love
fight her.
Aren't all of you married?
Hey, I tell you, like, I have this running joke with my wife, right? She's a big Robert Downey Jr. fan, even after the comeback, right? So, of course, she's going to watch Iron Man with me and stuff, right? And it's like she made this joke about Iron Man. And I said, you know what, honey? If Robert frickin' Downey Jr. showed up at our door for you, I would be like, just go. Go with my blessing. Like, the fucking odds of that is like, yeah.
The hall pass, right?
Yeah, it's like, yeah. If he shows up, go. Just leave the suit. That's all
Just leave the
suit.
You can have the little rich dude and just give me the suit.
All right.
Can you imagine that scene? Right? Okay, says Captain America, Mr. Ball. Without the suit, what are you? I'm like, I'm Canadian. My wife ran off with the billionaire playboy genius. I got the suit. And I'm sure Chris Evans would be like, all right. I can totally see that. So, anyway. What do you got there, Joe? We've stalled for you long enough.
I have no idea.
Flip, kick, punch, bounce off the wall, throw him in the vat.
Yep.
Somebody's tripped.
The person, I guess it's a person, I have no idea.
So
to
there's
the left of me.
Okay. Sorry, Mike. Joe, you've twisted your mic a bit too far. I can't hear you.
Is that better?
Thank you.
To the left of me. What is that?
To the west or to the east? The Minoc or the dude?
The dude. I guess it's a dude. I don't
Okay.
know. I can't tell.
It's a little piggy person. Zoom in, man. Top right of screen. Zoom, zoom. Yeah, yeah.
And I love that we are being guided by the light of Zid.
Yeah.
He always guides us. Amazing.
And how do you target in Roll20?
You don't.
We don't have those luxuries.
Oh. Okay.
But shout out to our sponsor, Devon Knight, for these awesome looking top-down minis, because we are not playing Fantasy Grounds virtual.
Oh, dude, are you a sand people?
Yeah, that's best I could do.
I zoomed right in. I'm just like, that's totally a sand person.
Well, apparently you've placed him in the box of the they pronoun because you called him a people. Under those wraps, he can be whatever he wants. He can be
genderless society.
He could be a damn fire truck.
That's right.
All right. So yeah, just a big old punchy.
Go for it. Get him.
It's been a while since I've done this.
That'd be a lot of responsibility to be a fire truck. I don't think I'd want that.
19 to hit.
Sorry, I just now can picture just Aiden wandering the streets of Arizona with his head down, pondering this, going, hydrants are blasting when he walks by because of his supernatural power. No, I don't want this responsibility.
It's too much.
It's too much.
Great power comes great responsibility.
Dogs are following him, trying to pee on his leg. What the hell? So much. I can't take it.
So 19, does it hit?
Funny story. In all shenanigans, I'd failed to call up the adventure. I believe it does. Oh no! As soon as it does 17. No, because it Foxit Reader brings the module right to the same page. So there we are. Now we're good.
8 damage.
All right. And where did my other guy go? Bob the Ugnaught. And right. And you drop him like stone.
Yay.
The enthusiasm coming off of your bug-like carapace is just tone it down, man.
Is there an equivalent to cleave in this system?
Yes.
And do you have it?
Yes. Is there cleave?
No, I do not.
Tell me of this Melrose place. Okay. Now, didn't you have set yourself up for multiple attacks?
Nope.
You don't get multi until like 6th level?
7, I think.
7? Okay.
Double attack, I think it's called.
It depends on your class, because
It's a feat. It's how you get multiple attacks in this game.
some have access to it sooner
Based
than
on the
others.
old...
One of our X is BAB. Bab.
Bob.
Okay.
And you also have to have a certain amount of dexterity.
Yeah.
It's like 2-weapon fighting.
Okay. All right. So, this guy here, we're just gonna give him the old X, because he's having a nap. I'm okay. And we are going to go the top of the round, which I believe I might have skipped somebody. Did I just skip? I did. I accidentally skipped Poser.
Skipped me.
Sorry, Poser. Supporting cast. Supporting cast Poser will now perform for us. What are you gonna do? Where are you? Oh yeah, you're hunkered down with the Minox over here. All right, you're getting buzzed by them. I remember. Down the corner. Okay, what do you got?
I got an axe to grind with them.
Oh. Big damage.
Woohoo! 20 to hit.
Yes, sir.
Or 12 points of damage.
Ooh, squishy paste.
I finally hit something.
No one saw you.
Yeah, I know.
Nobody
It's
saw
dark.
it.
It's dark, and no one saw it, man. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
I'm so sorry. No one saw that. I think he hit a wall once in anger, and gave somebody else a plus to their intimidate. But on record, I don't think that's. I think that's it. Okay. But hey, there you go. Put you back in place there.
Yep.
Anything else, sir?
no, that'll be it.
All right. Moving on to Merrick. Merrick the mercenary. Where is Merrick today?
I'm over here. Hi.
Aha. Over in the corner.
Hi.
All right. What do you got for us, buddy?
Well, there is the one bot that explodes. I don't want to be near it when it explodes, so I will shoot it while it is not near me.
Oh, that reminds me, Poser.
Holy crap, did Poser just hit with his axe?
Yeah.
That's why I was celebrating.
Yeah. And
Is that a first though? Like legit?
I think so.
let's
5 levels of swinging this thing lands one.
let's ask the chat, the peanut gallery. We gotta have a name.
The only other time that because I remember clotheslining one of the stormtroopers off of the speeder, but I can't remember if that was no, I force powered him because
Yeah, I'm like, that was with the
I
force
choked
thing.
him off it. Yeah.
I have a question.
If I've ever hit
If those that watch Critical Role are critters, and those that like watch Alex Clark, the YouTuber, are Clarkers. Now, I am not at all assuming that we are big enough to have an like a Rollmonger or ers. No.
Rollmonger.
But anyone that's watching this show or listening to this show still enjoys the Saga edition. So does that make these guys in the chat Saugers? Saga?
No. Saugers are a type of fish, so let's not go there.
Okay. I tried. Maybe you guys can do better. Your rollers. Get it right. Oh, I like that.
Rollers.
Oh, everyone rolls dice.
Mongers?
Mongers. Yeah.
Roller.
Why did we pick two things that aren't like? Because if you say a crit, yeah. People, doesn't really point to our brand. I'm a monger. Okay. I'm a roller. Okay.
Like a fishmonger.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, your brother came on Facebook. He's got a good one. We'll call them ballers.
Shout out to Big Brother.
I actually like that. I think it's good.
Yeah.
Ballmongers.
Oh, no.
Okay. It is true that I sat Ryan and Matt down at a Tim Hortons coffee shop and pitched them the idea of podcasting. It is true that I am the producer of the entire network. It is true that I am the editor of the entire network, and it is the truth that I am unfortunately the DM for you poor bastards. Someone got to get me out of this chair for most of the shows. But I, believe it or not, even though if you go on Twitter and find GM Jeff Ball in caps, sorry about that, I am actually not enamored by having my own name plastered as a brand or, you know what I mean? So, not bad.
Well, that's something you should probably work on, Jeff. You need to be more proud of yourself.
All right.
Chewing ice.
Here, Matt, hold my...
Little do we all know, he also does ASMR on the side.
Yeah, I just killed 3 in Mummy's mask. Here, Matt, hold my beer while I wipe out the Star Wars party. Okay. So...
Oh, don't be like that.
I'd like to see you try.
A cloud of gas. Yeah. You guys want to see Poser shit his pants? The Odysseus is coming. The Odysseus is coming. He sees one blip on a radar. It's a big ship, and he freaks.
I can take him.
You can take him. Poser, you hit your axe, and this thing poofs into like this gas. And when we come back to you, we're going to talk about what it may or may not do to you.
Well, if there's gas, I still have a move action. I'm gonna nope out of it.
Sure. Okay, that's good. Now.
Brilliant. Don't take a step forward.
Yeah.
He moves over to me. Rahaul just puts his arm out.
Social distance.
That's what those bad things are. Social distancing bats. Make you touch me, I go poof. COVID.
Yeah.
Whenever a creature enters the gas, you take damage. So this thing, the gas erupts around you. And even though you immediately exit, I believe it still may affect you. So can I have... Oh, no, it attacks your Fortitude defense. Okay. Check the dice cam. 13 plus 10, 23.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You're going to take 2d6, 4 points of damage. Anyway, this thing explodes around you, and it's like ammonia. Like, it's a sticky, nasty green, you know what I mean? Mace in the face kind of thing. So you cover up and jump out.
So totally metal, though.
You know what I mean?
Think about it.
I'll tell you what.
Vibro axe guitar.
I'll tell you what.
Techniques go off.
Because you
comes out playing it.
Because you immediately moved out of the way, is your 4-2 defense within 5 of 23?
No.
Okay, because I say if it was 18 or higher, I'd give you half damage. Just because you shifted away, but see, I'm a nice DM. I try. I keep you alive. Anyway, okay. So you're out. A little bit of damage for Poser. Merrick, we were working on your turn. Yep. And the tangents fly. This is what happens when we... Rob wants to put those names to a vote. She's not helping, Rob. All right. Done. All right. Game face. Let's go. Merrick.
I rolled the dice, and attack of 24.
Yes.
Damage is 19.
Who are you shooting?
The bat.
Okay.
Right there.
And he explodes in a 2x2 gas. Poof all around, but does not touch your square, so you are good.
And then I move more to the west. We'll say in this direction.
Mm-hmm.
And turn and face my opponent to the south.
Okay. You got the tail on the mini. You can just do it like so.
Yeah, I was trying to use the scroll mouse.
Yeah, I know. Get used to. We're totally too used to FG.
Oh, Ryan.
Yeah, man.
I just noticed you used the wrong weapon there.
Sasha?
Yeah, you don't have Sasha.
Oh, that's right. I have a heavy blaster pistol. The attack modifiers are the same though, but the damage is not.
Yes.
It's 3d8.
Yeah. Wait, it's 3d8?
Yeah, it's heavy blaster pistol. It's Han's pistol that looks like the Luger with the front cartridge.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
sorry,
No, that's totally legit.
Yeah, 3d6 is a blaster pistol. A heavy blaster's 3d8 plus your half your level.
Yeah. So it's I can hit the same button. Doesn't matter.
There you
Legit.
go. There you go, man. Damn, I'm damn right helpful as a GM. I am so proud of me, Matt.
I know.
Did he say humble?
I know. Yeah. No, humble and proud just don't go together. Hit the button. Oh, you did. There was 19. No, you're moving. You don't get a second attack, do you?
He shot and then he moved.
Okay, gotcha.
If you want to give me a second attack.
No, that's fine. So, Ramagilligar, you are up, sir. Rahaul, you're on deck. Gilligar, what do you want to do?
Huh. Have I got a clear shot of this guy right here? I don't think so.
No, but you could take several swift actions to aim. And I believe it is 2.
2 consecutive.
Yeah, 2 in a row. But you get 3 actions in a round as long as one's swift. So you can go swift to aim and then crack the shot from one of your guns.
So I can swift and move, is that correct?
You could swift move, but then you won't get the shot.
I think he can move and then swift for his next round.
You could
Yes,
you could also
you could.
move 6 squares into the open. You could just strafe below those crates and he's right in the open and shoot him if you wanted.
Well, this is what I'm thinking. Like, can
Yeah.
I just go like right over here and shoot this guy?
Yep.
All right,
You
let's
can
do that.
You can also track along the bottom wall too if you want.
Oh, I like that better. You're a smart guy. Look at that. So let's go right here.
Okay. So where you were, down in several squares, you're good. So you running along, popping behind the crates, using it as cover. He loses line of sight of you. You pop out below them, and doing the running side, right? With your holdout blasters, a 3d4. Tagging with a 7, so he looks really good. And he just like eats the floor.
Oh.
No, you don't have to jump, but you know. Actually, it'd be really funny if you were so focused and then you just like hit the wall and it screws up your shot. he's straight. I was strafing.
No, he was totally just focused on making it look cool.
Yeah, well, it's dark in
So
here.
looks, it was total John Woo moment,
There you go.
but absolutely probably almost shot Barrett.
Yeah, John Woo with a 7, not John Wick, but Rahaul, you are up. What do you want to do, Rahaul?
That's a very good question, sir. Can I see this little bat guy over here in the corner from my position?
Yep.
Excellent. How long does the gas stay? Is it just a boom and it's done?
If you ignite it, it'll incinerate itself in a single round. If it stays, like once it poofed there, I believe it's a decent, round or 2.
Like from the bat?
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Poser just dropped. Okay. So I don't want to ignite it because he will be caught in that. But I was just wondering if I can see there.
It talks about dispersing it by firing a blaster into it. Otherwise, it just kind of hangs there. So I think this would take something like more than a few seconds in a round or several rounds to clear up. You know what I'm saying?
I'm out of it. It shouldn't hit me.
Now you can go north, just go beyond the gas, and because this thing's in the air, so those items, that machinery that he was hiding behind, doesn't really grant it cover because it's flying around up in the air.
That's basically what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Can I take a shot from here, and do I have a shot? So I'll
Now,
pop my 2 swifts, take aim, and
however, the mine act that exploded was also in the air, so that would put it up there, and you would have to be shooting through the gas. So you might want to just move north, and then just take your shot.
Okay.
I'm gonna give these
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I take the shot at this dude here. Come on, dices. Do not fails me now. Hold out blaster. Hold out blaster. Surprise! Pew pew. 12 to hit.
Like, are you guys seeing this yellow ambient?
Yep.
It says a 2x2 square.
That's not a 2x2 square.
That is-
That's a 5x5.
Yeah.
I told it to give itself a 2.
It's a
2 square
put
aura.
the radius.
Yeah, not
No, I just put in 2 squares. So if I just go 1, will that work?
should.
That should give you your proper 2 square. Yeah.
But it's 3x3. So
Technically, but it's
1.5?
adjacent. But the squares adjacent to your location are the
yeah.
expansion. Right?
So as if it were
that's
here.
how it would work.
Yeah, because I think it's more something like this. Like anyway, you guys are good. I was just trying to see if I can't illustrate a point. 0.5.
So does a 12 hit the flying guy, the little bat dude?
Good question. No.
Force point. Does a 17 hit it?
That works. Yes, it does.
Haha! Totally worth spending that. Take that off my sheet. Resolve the damage with this button right here. Pow, 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 pow.
That's more like.
Oh wait, no, it already did the damage. 12 points of damage.
Okay. Poof. Kerpoof. Now, does anyone know the color of raw Tabana gas?
Blue. Green?
That's a good question. Well, let's find out.
Well, you see, its natural form, it's purple and it's solid, but when you rapidly expand it, it iodizes and it becomes green and reflects only the ultraviolet of the spectrum.
So how do you get the differentiation from red blaster fire from ships to green blaster fire from TIE fighters? They put dye in it?
Because they're evil and their karma projects into their weapons. And it makes it easier to know who's shooting at who.
X-Wings shoot red, TIE fighters shoot green. It's
It
reverse.
is clear.
It's clear.
With a sandy kind of tint to it.
Okay.
So maybe.
Yeah,
So
so
the clouds around Cloud City.
Don't know.
well, that makes absolutely perfect sense. Okay. I'm digging it.
Clear as mud.
Yeah. You know, speaking
Okay.
of
When
mud,
it is condensed,
yeah.
that's what they make carbonite out of. So that would be the carbonite color of carbonite, that kind of gray-y, browny, greeny. I don't know.
Just keep talking, man. You'll work with it.
Yeah.
Go through the
Sludge color.
That's
I remember her
Kipple.
eyes over the yawning abyss of a week and a half. Their brown glow filling the room like a shock of azure sky. Azure. Blue. They were blue. Blue as ocean water in its deepest emerald hues.
And-
Emerald. Green. Yes, they were green. Sorry.
No, I totally get why Rahaul has so many ex-wives. They sober up, they hear that dribble, and move on. No, it's totally backstory. You're keeping that. That's canon now. So,
Well, there's more to it, but it's total copyright infringement.
yeah,
so.
or just you go with that. Anyway, so Rahaul, you go, you shoot, it goes poof, and what? You got anything left?
That's it. Dance a little jig on the spot. I'll use my swift action to strike the river dance pose.
Oh crap! Shirt's coming off. Everyone run! All right. I believe my last target was Ramagilligar, and you were shooting Minox, so I was tracking him. So this little piggy turns to the south and takes his shot at Gil. This Ug Ugnaught Rigger with his heavy blaster pistol, so shiny. Going to shoot you. A +4. Yep. Dun dun dun. Natural 20. Automatic hit. Automatic crit. Automatic crit.
Why are you picking on me?
Because you entered the combat?
It's the hat, man. It's the hat.
You know, actually, you know who Corey's version of Ramagilligar reminds me of? Because I was convinced it was a Star Wars character. I'm like, I love the voice, I love what he's doing, and it seems like it's inspired by somebody. And then it hit me yesterday at work. Harry Mudd from Star Trek. The original Harry Mudd. You guys remember him?
No.
That's ye old Star Trek.
Yeah, as in Star Trek prior to me existing, probably.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think your mic bounced out again. You sound weird there, Corey. So, with a 17 plus... Oh, why did it go 3 times? And a 12 is 29 plus... Nope, just straight up 3d8. 29 points of damage, Gil. You go flying, you miss, and he just, the little bugger, just pulls up his heavy blaster pistol 2 squares away and just center mass. How's your HP there doing, buddy?
You said 29, is that what you said?
I did.
I have 6 left.
Okay. Oh! You're fine. Oh, he's fine.
That totally moves you down the condition track, too, right?
Yep. Unfortunately, but we've all had that happen
surpassed
to
your
us.
threshold.
Oh,
But don't forget, next turn, you can use your swift action to second move.
Excellent. So does that put me how far down the condition track?
Just one.
-1? Minus
Just
2?
one step.
Yeah, so you just,
Oh, so it's 2 swift actions to move yourself up the condition track.
3, isn't it?
And just...
3.
Is it 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought 3.
Because it kind of burns around to, like, you know what I mean?
I'm not that bad.
If you're smart, you, like, take a shot and then start the condition regen with, like, 2 swifts, and then your next round, finish it with a 3rd, and then maybe take another shot, and then you're not out of the combat for full round. You know what I'm saying? You'd lose movement, but you'd be firing back. You know what I mean? It's probably the most mechanical way of doing something. Anyway.
Is that legal?
Is that legal? Yes.
Please
I will,
give me these.
as the GM, I will make it legal. I will make it legal. So, yeah. And I'm out of bad guys, because I'm down to my last... I think I'm down to my last...
2 dudes, 1 bat and 1 tripped guy.
Oh, right.
But we need one alive!
Because at the top here...
quick thing to note.
Hmm?
So while taking aim requires 2 consecutive swift actions, moving yourself up the condition track does not. So you can take 1 swift action over 3 rounds and move 1 up the condition track.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, that's cool, because most people are going shoot, move, and then they're not really using their 3rd action. So if you start banking those swifts there, Corey, you'll be back. But that would wait. You'd be taking -1 for 3 full rounds till they get to the 4th round, right? As opposed to sucking it up in like 2 or just 1. So it's a really balance of like doing nothing for a whole round and getting rid of the penalty out of the gate, or, you know, you don't want to lose the momentum like what Aiden was going for, where you're still firing back, because -1's not that bad, and it'll just kind of go away on its own. You shake it off, you limp it off, right?
Yeah, but if you're sitting at like -5, -10,
Different story.
Yeah, that might change the strategy. So,
depends.
let's start with the piggy on the ground. Provokes attack of opportunity by trying to get up.
Yay.
There's the excited Joe we all know and love.
Don't kill it! Don't kill it! We need answers.
Budgie.
What'd you get?
Tell you in a second.
25.
I got it. 25.
Don't kill it.
With 12 damage.
You just freaking go straight in the skull. For 12 points. Yeah. Down he goes. Dude barely gets like a leg under him and starts rising up, and he just... And that leaves my flying death machine, because these Tabana Minox are no joke. They have a lot of hit points, but they got good defense and bite of +0. Okay. Here's a raw D20 for you, Joe. Natural 1.
Really?
Yeah. It gets a sucker stuck on part of your cloth and armor and kind of chews away and starts gaping and gawping on like a piece of fabric, and we'll probably need a round to clear it. That's my way of fumbling this creature. And now it is your turn, Mr. Mool.
Right. I guess I'll punch the bat. Why not, eh?
I do find it amusing how you're like, melee sucks, and then you're like,
It's because when I started this, it sucked. 22 to hit.
Oh, so close. Yeah.
11 damage.
Kapoof.
Yay.
Yep. And now I attack
Fortitude.
And now I attack your fortitude, because there's no
No, you
saving.
don't. I'm immune to poison.
Oh
No. Pity.
Oh, nice. Still want to roll though.
So it goes poof, and he's like,
29 would have really hurt.
It would have, but meh.
Poof. So now he just like does the slow walk out of the gas, out of the, you know, Rahaul falls in love yet again. So,
hey, there's a lot to be said for a dude with 4 arms. You know what I'm saying?
that's a lot of beer he could hold. Here, dude, hold my beer. Hold my beer. Hold my beer. I'm going after those 3 ladies over there. All right.
The ultimate wingman.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
Oh my.
That's good. No, come on, that was good.
No, it's good.
That's good. That's a force point. Good, Matt. I like
Woo!
that. Yeah,
Take that back.
Give yourself a force point. Joe's looking really pissed now. I was like, "What? I'm the guy with the thing, and I'm the ultimate wingman. Why is he getting the force points? Because I'm amused and I can do that." So, round 7, poser.
Yeah, that's it. There are no more combatants.
There's
Let's-
one over in the corner.
Nope. I shot it and blew it up.
Oh, there's a
He just forgot. He forgot to exit.
There's a dude that just crit
Oh
Corey.
yeah, that dude.
There's still a dude.
Right. Didn't he
Hey!
He just
He
did a
just
critical
die
on
of
Corey.
fright? Sweet. Capture him alive.
You know, he comes up wearing Gil's hat. I matter.
Quick, pull my finger.
Okay, so I still heard a shot kind of ring out from this way. So,
Yep. I gave you that.
All right, I'm gonna move, 6 squares.
A couple shots.
Can I see him?
Yeah, you do have line of sight. You can see the back of him sticking out behind the box. Sure.
Perfect. I am gonna talk at him.
You
No.
really like to talk, don't you?
I do like to talk.
You gonna talk at him?
Yes,
The best talking.
I'm going to use Adept Negotiator.
Okay. Can you use that in combat?
Yep, standard action.
Oh, okay.
And it allows me to drop his condition by 1
Okay.
with my use the force check.
So it's a guilt trip.
Yep.
More of a
skill trip. I'm pretty sure that beats whatever I'm trying to hit, but
What'd you get?
yeah, if the
What'd you get?
result equals or exceeds the target's will defense.
Okay. But
So-
for the podcasting audience, the number, please.
Oh, 32.
Oh, so close. But yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So if you exceed it by 5 or 10 or more, do you get bonus? Does he go down?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Okay.
The only way to increase the amount that it drops is by taking another talent called Master Negotiator.
Hey, I mean, you can't hit shit with the axe. You might as well lean into your strengths, buddy. I'm just saying.
Hey, I can't hit with the axe. I can't hit with a blaster.
But you did hit with an axe. You
Yeah,
did.
once. You think I'm gonna throw the axe?
Dude, we're having a
How
party
many-
tonight.
How many feet?
Legit. We have to celebrate. Our little poser's finally coming into his own. My protege.
Oh no! If a poser hits an enemy and no one's around to witness it,
Yeah, I know.
No, Rahaul was
I was
right
legit
there.
standing right beside him.
Oh,
I'm so
okay,
proud of this
so-
guy right now.
all right.
Choked
Okay,
up.
Poser, you got anything else?
No, that's move standard. I don't have a swift.
Okay,
so.
Merrick, what do you got for us? Ramagill, you're on deck.
So poser just lowered him on the condition track.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. I'll take this heavy blaster pistol. I'll switch it over to stun, and I'll try to move him further down the condition track.
Ooh.
So I'm just going to roll the button again. Just take off the last D8 if I'm lucky enough to hit. So it's a swift action to turn the pistol.
Mm-hmm.
It does D8 stun damage. Well, actually, here I actually have a heavy blaster piece done. Let me get a 2D8.
Mm-hmm.
Cacao. Or does that like thing from like the first Star Wars, what goes up wow in the circles.
That's something I'd like to put to a vote.
22 to hit.
Yes, you hit him.
13 points of
Stunning
damage.
stunning damage.
Yeah.
And he falls forward in his white dress.
Oh.
At least that's what you picture because you're all up in your episode 4. Anything else, Merrick?
And to get a second wind, that's what action requirement?
Second wind is a singular swift action below half health,
All right.
Are you below half?
or either a quarter of your hit points or Constitution score.
I am not below my half hit points. I am very close to it, though,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So I will take one swift to try to move myself up the condition chart.
So you're on your way.
I'm moving up.
You're one of 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Gil.
Aha! I have 3 swift actions. What we got left here? This guy's.
He just dropped him with a stun.
There's not really much for me to do, is there?
Tend to your wound.
That's what we're going to do.
Okay. For a solid round, everyone's looking around, and all goes.
I'm not. I'm moving over to where the live one is.
Okay.
And actually, before I even move, I'll be like, "Did anybody manage to take one alive?"
I have got one over here, along with a stranger who looks very cool jumping out from behind the box.
Well, hello there, Mr. Four Arms. Thanks
Hello.
for the assist.
You were a very good distraction.
And then I'll move on down to where the guy's stunned, bust out my liquid cable dispenser, and
Okay.
silly spray string him up.
I imagine that works.
Now, dark or not, there's no mistaking the race of Mr. Vabushmul and the hat that is on Ramagill with all the arms. So you guys remember these guys from the last planet you were on. These are Rahal's contacts. Got in a bar fight with you several days ago.
Oh,
All goes quiet, combat ends. You guys can, you take some time so your conditions come off if you guys want to adjust that on your characters. Do that now, because we've had a lot of, oh, Jeff, I'm so sorry. This entire combat is null and void because I left this on my character. Too bad. Take it off. Make me go back.
So I'm good to return to normal condition and
Yeah.
take care of my hit points.
The hit points don't come up, but the condition will come up.
Threshold, or you can take your second wind and give yourself, what is it? Your Constitution score or a quarter. I think at this point, I think con may still be your best bet.
Depends.
I think we're going to take a second wind and do that. So my Constitution would be 12.
So just add that to your 6, you're up to 18.
18. Perfect.
Feel a little better. Anybody else below half?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll do my second wind.
All right. So, Battle track stopped. Machine shop and mood of the Star Wars ambient music playing in the background. And Rahaul just teleported. Damn, you're fast. Just shot across the screen.
Shoom. Hello.
Gentlemen, the floor is yours. And what the heck are these two guys doing here all the way from Banomeer? All right? All right?
Because you put us here.
Yep.
Rama Gilligar as I live and breathe. You know what? This is got to be something karmically induced. We helped you out out of a jam back in your place, and you just happened to show up at the exact right time to help us out of one here.
You
Seems
never know
like
where I might turn up.
destiny.
It might just be that, my friend.
So what brings you to Bespin?
Cards. It's always cards.
Should have known. Should have known.
Do you want to explain, Mr. Gilligar, about the yearly Sabak tournament that is held in around these parts?
Well, I like to play me cards. And there is, as Mr. Mann says, there is a yearly tournament here, and I'm here to take everybody's money.
Yeah, but I hear security's pretty tight. I don't think you're going to be able to get away with your usual tricks here, buddy.
Don't you worry about that. I'll take care of all of that.
So let's talk about what Old Man Zin had dug up in his computer searching, and you guys have spent about a day here, half a day. You guys were asking around about Darga. There are a couple things that you had learned about what's going on. Like, we've talked about the tournament, but there's a couple of reveals I would like to go over about the tournament itself that you guys may have picked up and that Gil already knows. The first off, it's a 10,000 credit buy-in to play. This is an elite tournament, gentlemen. I'm not saying
Pocket change.
the adventure ends if you don't have 10 grand, but if you guys literally want to set a player at one of those tables, it's 10,000 credits. But that's not why you're here, Rahaul, is it?
Nope.
So there's another part of our story going on. And while you guys are getting caught up, before I forget, I would quickly like to state that our Ognaut boss, Mr. Tap on the Canister, has a blaster carbine, a comm link, a data pad, and a tool belt. Whereas the rest of his little dudes, the other riggers, the other four, each have a heavy blaster pistol, workers' clothes, a comm link, and a tool belt.
So
Right.
6 blaster pistols.
5.
5 blaster
Five
pistols.
heavy, 4 because you immediately picked one up. So there are 4 left.
Smart Merrick.
There are 4 left, and I'm gonna say that basically.
Divvy him out.
Well, Joe, does searching the bodies in front of you interest you?
Sure.
Okay, then it is our kung fu friend that basically has the data pad and the blaster carbine, as opposed to the heavy blaster pistols. So that's actually 1 blaster carbine, 4 heavy blaster pistols, one of which is in Merrick's possession.
Sweet.
So just so we're clear, if you guys all gather up, right? I'll let you guys have your little chat, and then we'll talk about who gets what gun. Unless somebody wants to wander off or do something on the sly, or...
How many of us are there here? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can divvy out the heavy blaster pistols so everybody gets one, right? I think.
There's 5 of you here, and Zin's on the ship.
Right.
And there's 5 weapons.
I'll take a heavy blaster pistol since I'm more proficient with it. Carbine's up for grab if anybody wants it. What's the difference between... Carbine's like a
It's a slug thrower.
projectile, yeah. Not a energy weapon, right?
That is correct.
Yeah, I have no interest. But Zin might want it.
I'd like to lay claim to a heavy blaster pistol, but I'd also like to maybe take a little wander around and have a look to see what else I can find floating around here.
Sure. Guys?
Wait, what kind of carbine was it?
Blaster carbine, 3d8.
Okay.
127 of the core.
Right. Yeah, I'm seeing that.
You want to talk about it, Ryan, since you got the page?
Sure. It's a medium rifle. Its retail value is 900 credits. It is an inaccurate. It does 3d8 damage, 2d8 stunning, which I'm surprised to even see that there, but
yeah,
lo and behold,
it's not a blaster carbine is a carbine rifle, kind of like what Boba Fett had. Like, this is not a slug thrower, as far as I know. It's an actual pew pew.
It can shoot. It can be switch to single or full automatic. It weighs 2.2 kilograms. It is an energy weapon, actually, and it is a restricted for availability.
Yep, very legal walking around Bespin with this stuff. Even the heavy blaster pistols, you guys might want to conceal.
Yeah, I'm good with my holdout blaster, so I'll leave it.
Well, if there's any extra pistols left over, I will hold on to them.
Well,
I will happily take 2 of them.
Yeah, Mr. Forearms. So there's 1 in Merrick's hand.
Yep.
There's 3 up for grabs and a rifle. And Rahal's taking a second heavy blaster pistol, right? Matt?
Sorry?
You want to have you're after heavy blaster pistol?
Yeah, I'll take a heavy blaster.
So there's 2 heavy blaster, as in Han Solo pistols left, and the rifle. You guys want to give them to your new friends, or
they pitched in? They got dibs for loot here.
Yeah.
The only other thing I'm interested in is the data pad, because that's probably the reason we're here.
okay?
If Vabish is going to
Join the world of ranged. Give him the rifle.
no, if he's going to offer the fact that he found it.
Yep. Well, here's the thing, right? Like, for a martial artist, when you get to pistol range, he might as well just run him down. But if you guys are in a firefight where Vabish can't get to a guy, having a rifle on him...
It'd be like me with Poser and his axe. It'd be totally fucking useless.
Oh, okay. You just don't have the... Okay.
It's also like Poser with any ranged weaponry as well.
You guys can sell it. Hang on to it for Zin or the guys, or that kind of thing.
Yeah, obviously we're going to take it.
Okay.
If nobody lays dibs, it's party loot. It's going back to the ship.
Whatever. No favoritism, but you guys do have a lot going on. How cool would it be to see Gilligar with 2 heavy and then like 2 pulled outs, because he's got 4
Absolutely.
arms.
Have at it. If you want a second heavy blaster pistol, take it.
I'll take it.
We have weapons back on the ship. It's not like we're hurting for weapons. We just don't have much in the city aside from holdout blasters.
No, we have emplacement like machine gun laser rifles back on the ship.
And I'm pretty sure I could talk the stun baton out of any guard.
Call me.
But yeah, I definitely want to take a look at the data pad.
Okay.
I'll spend one of my canisters of liquid rope and use it to tie up Stun Piggy.
So the blaster carbine literally is the classic Boba Fett weapon. It looks like a Wild West pistol with a huge thickened barrel, and the stock has been extended to a rifle stock. So it has that over, down, and back. Like, it literally is this. And
Sweet.
You see the rifle stock?
Yep.
That is a blaster carbine.
Yeah. Just note, it is also an inaccurate weapon.
And that's why he died.
Well, and for the listening audience, what does an inaccurate weapon mean in rules terms?
Good question.
Unfortunately, they don't post that in the exact same spot, so...
Fair.
Well, Google is our friend.
Generally, I think it means it takes bigger negatives at longer distances.
Ah.
And now I will cut Consolo in half. Anyway, yeah, inaccurate affects your range increment penalties. Yes, I was paying attention. So, on your sheet, add the heavy blaster pistol, 3d8, stuns for 2d8, and basically has the range of a pistol, which is 0 to 20 squares is point blank, no penalties. And then we can go from there. You know, you don't have to write all that down, but just so you know what beyond 20 squares is penalty. Okay.
Unless you have talents or feats.
Yeah, or stuff. But
just like
these are stripped weapons. Like, these guys are smart. The more bulky the weapon, like Han had the little scope and all that shit, right? Harder is to hide. So this is a stripped down. You know what I mean? There's no scope mounted on it, and you know what I mean.
Well, not to mention they're locals, and you know, there's a good chance they, especially being of the race that they are, they probably have had their blasters down here way before the security was seriously tightened on Bespin for this crazy tournament.
Yeah, or like I said, having access to the under bowels, you know, I mean, there's always ways to get stuff. You know what I mean?
There's always a way if you know the right guy.
Yep.
So, what's on this data pad?
Well, funny you should say that. Passcode needed.
Okay. Slice code acquired. Let's see what I can do with my use of the computer. Not the Force, the computer. Hooah. 26. I just look at the guy's ID and I'm like punching in his birthday, his wife's birthday, his little piglet's birthday.
Because you know all these.
It's like it's the hacker things, right? Like, come on, you're telling me you don't think Rahaul has plenty of identity thieving experience?
Sure. You know, I just thought it was funny. It's like every Ugnaught was born on Thursday, so you know, look at the calendar. Thursday's the 5th, the 10th. You know, what? It's just how you might arrive at the math. I just thought was funny. So. There's well, I'm trying to make sense of this. Let's go back to the actual, you know, like you guys run into each other and Gil is talking about he's here for the tournament. He's brought his bodyguard, right? You guys,
absolutely. We never leave home without it.
Do you guys,
like American Express?
There you go.
So after a thorough searching of the bodies, and I'll get Merrick to grab the little piglet, can we make our way back to our room discreetly?
Well, you guys want to go talk to the paper pushers, right? They asked you, like, they told you to go down there. They have a deal, remember?
Is
right.
Do we have like a bag?
You do. You had that duffel you used to carry around.
I had the duffel.
Oh, was it you?
I still have the duffel.
Okay. Yeah, as long as you let the guys at the gate search it, then you can still carry it around your duffel bag, sure.
Well, I just meant for carrying around an unconscious Ugnaught.
Oh, well, then you'd have to empty it, and that might cause a problem.
Is there anything in this room I could find? Tarps? Cloths?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I wrap him up in the nearest thing that looks like a carpet.
Okay. Who?
Case all of them but his head in carbonite.
Who? The one
What's
you got?
Going on in this room?
The guy you stunned, rigger number 4?
Yeah. R4, we call him.
No,
R4. You know him. Always sticking his head in the carbonite. Like, yeah, R4. He's such a card.
Speaking of cards, how'd you manage the buy-in for that one?
Oh, I know a few people. Got a little bit of cash. Pulled a couple favors in.
Sponsors.
You know how it is.
Sponsors. I get you.
They don't often turn me down.
I hate to shoot and run, but just in case our little foray down here happen to draw some extra attention, we should probably mosey on out of here. I don't know if you want to come with us or if you just want to meet somewhere, but you're welcome to join for now.
Are we done here? Everybody's been checked out. We've looted everything we can get. Let's take all the freebies we can. Once that's done,
okay.
I'm with you.
Now, Gil, you talked about doing a once around?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You note that the Ugnaughts, like, you guys know where you are. You're down here in the refinery part. Like, this is part of the Tabana gas storage refinery, you know, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And we thought they were unguarded. These are workers, but okay, now they're all armed, you know, workers. Where are we here?
Why are they armed?
Well, the guys in the office said that there's a couple Ugnaughts that are dirty, right? They're working for somebody, Imperials or Darga, maybe, that you suggested, or, you know, that kind of thing. They're worried about the hut, remember? And they think that these guys are skimming gas off the top, as it were, and, you know, smuggling it out of the city kind of thing. So down you went for Ugnaught justice. Because the paper-pushing, upstanding citizens of the Ugnaught community were worried that these guys, you know, their reputation, they're pretty much second-class citizens as it is, and these guys are making the sort of rep of the race even worse, remember?
Ooh, maybe we should also take some time. Like, that hole that leads to nothing, that's just down, that's like an open hole to the clouds, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
yeah,
there's probably... Okay, so you guys are going to do, like, perception checks or medic first aid checks on bodies going, oh, he's dead, goodbye. Shh.
Yep.
Okay.
Wait, medic checks? Merrick just would have started hucking.
Okay, we only need one. No, we will check first. I will stop and apply my medical expertise.
I'm pretty sure that just like you guys, these things, you know, hit 0 hit points and can be brought around. Unless you guys do finishing moves while they're down, technically they are all, you know, unless you obliterate somebody that's that low,
okay, well,
take them beyond their threshold with blaster fire as they fall.
I got 50 feet of rope, so let's tie them all up.
Okay.
Arrange them in a nice little Ugnaught pyramid.
Even the boss who was in the gas?
Yeah, he was getting up, and he punched him and just took him, you know, more than 0 hit points, and he just out cold.
Yeah, but then he killed the bat thing beside him.
Yeah, that could be a problem.
Yeah, so after 1 minute
unless these
rounds,
Tabana gas workers have possibly built up some kind of immunity, but
possibly,
yeah, or they're just used to working around it. But yeah, no, these things, as you guys are chatting away, there might be some more dead people.
Well, okay, so after 1 minute or 10 rounds, everyone that is unconscious, you know, that's fallen due to hit points reduced to 0, have to make a DC Constitution check. On success, they move 1 step up, regain consciousness, recover hit points equal to level, and can act normally on the next turn. If the check fails, you remain unconscious for 1 hour, which you can attempt another one and, you know, continue doing that.
Right.
If you fail by 5 or more points, or you roll a natural 1, you are dead. You can't take 10.
Well, I'm looking at guys that have been left with gas clouds, and according to this, since you guys were like been talking for like 2 minutes or whatever, you guys need to like clear the gas by shooting it, or find some way to like hold your breath, run through it like tear gas or something, and then find a way to vent this room. Because if I actually put up the gas that's hovering around these guys, now you guys shot one of them, because I remember something went up in Kaboom. I think it was Mary.
Yeah, that was I did. The 2 that are over by where we are.
Yeah, so there's a clear path because these guys are incinerated, and so is this guy in the gas. So that would have this guy conscious and crawling around. Everybody else, we would assume, is, you know, if they're waking up, they're immediately in the gas, taking 2d6 and, you know, possibly failing.
Well, didn't Rahaul shoot one of these over here in the corner?
I did, yes.
But
But it blew up,
yeah,
causing another gas cloud.
yeah, he didn't shoot through a cloud, instead like igniting it. He went north and shot at a living creature. And now there's a guy here who's sitting in a cloud. So again, these guys that are sitting under clouds, it looks so good for them.
No, we know how to get rid of that cloud.
Yep.
Okay, so
Just throw him down the tube. Bye.
what's the saying is you gotta get near them to grab them, and they're sitting in noxious clouds, which will cause you damage. So
we'll take a round or two and blast the gas clouds.
and incinerating the body. Now we don't need to check if they're dead.
Yeah, actually, before I do that, I'll look and see if there's a control panel for an emergency exhaust.
Okay.
So I will give you a perception.
Or
Yep.
Babish can just drag the bodies to where you want.
Yeah. Mr. Immune to poison.
The guy who's wearing a freaking filter on his face.
But like I said, only you and the GM know that are making that connection, right? So.
Well, I'm sure Rana Gilligar knows.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm not saying you
Where you
can't
want
do
them.
it because of miscommunication. I'm just saying, like, it's not so obvious. Okay. So,
It's all right. So,
Merrick, you go to shoot, and Mule, you stop him, kind of thing? Like,
Yep.
Okay, just got this, and he just walks into the gas and grabs the boss, and, whoosh.
Grab a foot and drag him out.
Just toss him in the bin, whoosh.
Yep.
Okay. Bye-bye.
hasta la vista.
Ben, is he dead?
He will be eventually.
Yep.
Yep.
Grab
Okay.
the next one. Do the same thing.
And the dark side points begin mounting.
He's dead. I have no other way to determine that he's not dead, so he is dead.
You are a 5th level martial artist.
Yep. That I punched him, doing severe damage. He is dead.
Everything I hit with these fists.
Yep.
Die.
My fists of fury.
Ignorance is no excuse. I'm still giving you. If you
not
if you
ignorance.
just like whoop,
They're dead.
well, the combat system emulates our knowledge of the physical science of life, death, and your training. So it's like he may or may not be dead. I'm not saying you have to confirm it. But you do know that there is a chance he can be alive.
And there's a chance he's dead.
In the gas. Now, hang on. Now, in the gas, that would up the chance that he's probably already dead.
No, that he is dead. Not probably. That he is dead.
Wait, is this like Schrodinger's Oodlog?
No, this is just the DM just desperate to give it a DP this season because I haven't really been mounted. Anyway,
You
Todd.
really got to not call them those.
What?
Yeah, the DM really wants
I
to
don't
go
want
around.
you giving anybody a DP, my friend.
Yeah, no thank you.
I don't get it. Anyway, so toss.
I mean, I'm always down.
That's awesome.
Oh my.
Down the chute he goes. Bug's stone cold. Gangsta. Now there's a baller. All right. Well, that's one body.
So while that's going on, Poser is, grabbing his case,
Okay.
bringing it back over, and putting away the guitar.
Okay, Merrick, this guy here, you're approaching to take the shot. There's a guy near the machinery who is literally like kind of waddling and groaning and flailing around. He's not crawling anywhere, but he's, bad shape.
I grab him by the scruff of the neck like a disobedient cat.
Okay.
Rahaul! Like, there's another one here that is not dead yet.
Mool starts.
Bring him over. Stack him with the other one. I still got like 30 feet of this rope.
Very good, I haul him over to the first one that I
Okay.
knocked unconscious.
Maul, rinse, repeat on the next guy.
Yep.
We can ignore the bats. They won't attract any unreasonable suspicion.
They're like rats. They expect to find them all over the place.
Okay. So we have 2 prisoners now?
Yes.
Okay. Mool, do you want to get rid of the Minox regardless, or? You know what the boss of me. Do you care about the Minox bodies?
Nope, but I can throw them down.
You
the
know,
chute, too.
Minox.
Nothing's here.
Minox are really tasty if you bread them with a light saute. I'm just saying there, to your species, they're yummy. A little spicy, a little tabana gas there. You know? Oh.
Throw them down the chute.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Throwing away good dinner.
Nothing happened here.
Just not just a martial artist, he's a cleaner. Okay. So you're just making your way around the room like you know, just casually. Oh, here's another guy, you know. Just do. Okay.
Off you go.
Yeah.
La la la.
Okay.
Singing a song.
There is something to be said about having that sense of completion.
Absolutely.
Would you like to sit on a cloud? Hear a Bespin screaming is loud. We watch you fall 30,000. Sorry, can't. Anyway, okay. So yeah, Maul of the instant yard disposal here is just going to town on these things. Nope. And what are you guys doing? You have two somewhat semi-unconscious, you know, dudes.
Roll them up with some canvas. Tie them up.
14, 11 plus. Would you say the DC was there, Aiden?
DC 10 Constitution.
Yeah, well, no, we're good. No premature deaths today. Oh, thank God. We're going to live to be prisoners that are maltreated and maybe return to society as second-class citizens here in this shithole. Oh, joy.
So, taking note of the semi-consciousness of these dudes, I will begin interrogation mode. Merrick, loom.
I take half a second longer than I should have.
Oh my God.
And then I move.
Please augment him like Bane and Juice, but the button's on the back so he can't reach it, and you just smack him on the button, he just gets bigger and looms. That'd be awesome. Right. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's definitely in that personal space bubble, unless it's really small.
Yes. Aid another check to for intimidate.
Sure.
What do we got here?
It's persuasion.
Sorry,
Yeah, persuasion.
Sorry, persuasion. Right. Persuasion
Right.
from Merrick. DC 10 to aid another. I will
16.
give you,
I aid.
instead of a +2 because of your size, I'll give you additional +1. So that's +3, Rahaul.
Can I aid as well?
Sure, you can have two people aiding.
I'll take it. So we're 36 so far. What you got for me?
21, so now you are at 38.
Jesus, don't overdo it. He just shits his pants and starts bawling his eyes out. You get nothing from him. He's just a mess. Guys, dial it back. Come on. He's just scared shitless. Like, really. PU.
So that one's scared shitless. Then I turn to the other one. So, shall I allow you to speak? Or would you like to end up like your porcine fellow here?
You're embarrassing me. Smack. Again? Persuasion?
What's the skinny here? Why is you skimming gas? Who you working for?
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
First,
12 to aid.
that's
Rahaul, that was a perception, not a persuasion.
dude.
I see the error of my ways. Wrong button.
Oh.
Let's try that again. Huzzah! 19.
Plus 2 from Poser.
Okay.
+3 from Merrick.
Okay.
Boom! 24.
Okay. You ask who he's working for? He points at the hole. The guy you just killed.
All right, but who's your boss's boss? And what's the password? Hold up the data pad.
Boink.
Oh, clever. Didn't think of that one.
I didn't. This guy is just a rigger. He's like, I don't know, show him my job. You know, boss, so we can make some extra money. You know, so it's been skimming here, but you know, his whole world is like this room. This pipe is going to go into here. Oh, this pipe. Oh, that's a leak. Let's just get that extra container. No one's looking, and fill that. And the boss has put it over there. Boss has somebody show up and get it. We all get a cut. We have guns to protect, you know, in case people come barging in. Well, that didn't work out for us. And that's it. That's all I know.
When do they come to collect?
Sorry, actually, the boss has like something go. You know that line comes up and down.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I don't think anyone would be so crazy as to like come into this room. The gas is just marked, and then do you guys remember Breaking Bad? And they would like put it in the chicken sauce. Right? They ship it out, and it just that's the truck.
Spoilers.
No, I'm just saying, like, yeah.
I'm just getting into season 2.
Oh,
Oops.
well, it makes you feel bad. I haven't finished it either.
It doesn't.
Okay, you know what? After a certain amount of time going by after something aired,
I know.
People can't scream at me for spoilers, you know. And then, you know, in episode 4, you know, or 5, Luke loses a hand, and then Aiden fucking loses his shit and yells at me. Actually, that would be Jay. I don't think Jay's actually seen episode 5 yet. No, talking about devotion, it's like my son-in-law has watched 3 movies, has not seen the original trilogy. I said, why? He says, because I don't want to ruin anything about playing Dawn of Defiance, because technically it's between the two, and
he doesn't want any foreshadowing.
Yeah. That's like, okay, well, that's, yeah, respect the process, right?
Yeah, you got to give the guy credit for not metaing, but I really don't think it's going to break the game.
No.
Probably not. Yeah. So is Merrick actually waving this data pad around?
No, Rahaul is.
Yeah, Rahaul is. So like waving it around, I'm going to snatch it.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Then I will snatch your arm as you snatch it.
No, you need to trust me. Give me that. Let me try.
Oh, well, that's entirely different if you ask me for it. Yeah, I'll hand it over.
All right. So I can throw my use computer skill here, right? Perfect.
Yeah, Rahal's a real kind of, you know, ask for his phone number, don't just take his pen out of his pocket kind of guy.
So, as that's going on, Poser, you know, realizes that, you know, they were motioning over towards, you know, where the boss was.
Mm-hmm.
Poser didn't look. He looks now.
Yeah, there's a bodyguard over there just kind of doing the old over the hole. Job well done. No, what are you doing, Bug Boy?
Yeah, it's clean it up.
He's got a mop and a bucket. Do. Cleaning up the blood. Don't notice me, senpai.
This way I get 2 paychecks.
Yeah. Cleaning up the blood. Don't notice me, senpai.
So Supposer's gonna run over and look over, you know, into the pipe. It's just what's down there.
Okay. There's a crane beside the pipe, and it's used to bring things up from sort of an exterior sub-level. So I'm assuming like that tank that they lifted through this here.
Yeah.
There's probably a way that for a ship to go underneath or some kind of cargo platform to extend, and it would swing onto it to get to like another part of the Undercity, or, you know, just sort of more mechanics of how the city works, and also to highlight how low. Like if you have a hole in the floor that's clouds, then you guys realize that you truly are in the bowels of Cloud City.
Right. But there should be some sort of platform below, but I can't see it through the clouds.
Oh, no. There's, you know, it's like...
Oh, okay.
I'm saying like a skiff or something probably flies by under it, you know, it's probably,
you know, like,
okay. Like the proverbial space pickup truck that comes along, you know, like, you know, the guy with the chopper and the rope, right? And he's like, the chopper's overhead, and he hooks it up and he goes tug and gives the pilot the thumbs up, only instead of a chopper, it's a crane through a hole in the ceiling, and okay, up you go. They fly off, right?
Okay, gotcha.
Something like that,
okay.
right?
So these guys are gone.
Oh yeah, like whoever hooked up that container is, you know, probably gone to get the next one or whatever.
Oh no, I mean the boss dude.
Oh yeah, no, that looks like a straight drop into fluffy dreaminess of cloud happiness.
Cloud happiness.
Too bad no one was awake to enjoy it.
Well, depending on the distance of the fall, we might have a recreation of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yep.
Not again.
Hey, look, Mole. Someone's appreciating your work. He's having a good look down the hole there. Job well done.
Why?
So, what do you guys want to do with your little piggy buddies?
Well, we're going to take them back to the bureaucratic piggy guys.
Okay.
We still didn't get any answers, right?
Yeah, we'll get the data pad, and I've got some people.
Yes, because my roll of 18 probably didn't do much.
No, my roll of 26 didn't do much either. But like I said,
Okay.
I've got people.
Okay. Now, Fig, where are we here? Fren and Craig told you that, they suspected that down there they were doing something, messing with machinery, siphoning gas or whatever, right? As you guys once around, there's an obvious setup to load large tanks, transfer it to large tanks, and then put it on that grid hex and have something show up to ship it, or you know what I mean? But there's safety valves, there's auxiliary valves, and these guys have set up siphons to go into smaller tanks, and the tanks are obviously small enough for someone like an Ognaut size to carry. So their little operation is literally laid out for anyone to see that comes into this room. Might explain why they just panicked and opened fire. It's almost like they're cutting cocaine on the table, and you guys walk in and, oh shit, what do? Piles of money, you got all the blind...
What do you do when you walk into a room where people are cutting cocaine? You do cocaine.
No, I'm not talking about
Hell of a drug.
I'm not talking about the people that own it. I'm talking about the people that process it. They got their little masks on. Yeah.
Right. So, shall do once over. I appreciate the handiwork of Mr. Vibish, but I don't say anything about that. Merrick, grab him.
Okay. 2 Ugnaughts, 2 shoulders.
Okay. So, changing...
And we'll make our way discreetly.
Yeah.
back to
Ugnaughts
the-
in bags or carpet, something.
Yeah, you want to,
Yeah.
tarp them up.
Find a tarp or whatever. Yeah, just make it look like cargo.
And we instruct them to not move.
Don't you move. I'm telling you.
Stay still and stay quiet, or be dead.
Hmm.
Okay. So, what we got here? Go. Just sort of an overshot because there's no real map for some of the places you guys are going. To remind you all, you're in Cloud City. So heading back, Bespin in Cloud City. Heading back to Fren and Craig to complete the transaction. Okay, you guys walk in with these 2 sacks, go through the typing pool, go into the guy's office, and
Just Merrick and I.
okay, Merrick, again, you get as far as the doorway, and all you can do is
Poulter
fill
can
it.
come too.
Okay,
Yeah, get to the door, and at the door, I deposit my 2 satchels on the ground.
okay. You guys want to trade comm numbers with your buddies and let them go on their way? You guys gonna go on your way?
Yeah, we'll dial them into our comm circle,
Okay.
and then I'll just give them my room number, the access code. Meet us up there in about an hour. I'd like to pick your brain a bit more about this Sabak tournament.
Yeah. I'm sure we can do that. I think I'm going to go find myself a drink on the way there.
Okay. So, Gilligar, Mole, these guys leave. And you're left standing in the empty hallway outside the machine shop room. Looking at each other, the audience is reminded, perhaps, as you give each other a solemn look, that there might have been another reason the 2 of you suddenly appeared here. One taking a subterranean entrance and you walking through the front door. Explaining to your old contact, Rahaul, that, oh yeah, you're here for a card game, but you guys are snooping around, the lower bowels. It's fine.
All this talk about giving people DP and lower bowels, man.
It's fine. You reach into your pocket and you pull out a device, a black box with a triangular meeting at the tip aerial and a flashing light that's blinking, and smile to yourself. The tracker's still working. It's still in place. You still have time. Meanwhile, back at the offices of Ognok Central, Fen and Craig are happy to complete the transaction, and they are surprisingly, they're sad, but they are understanding that, you had to kill some people, even their own kind. They're not overly upset that, there's only two survivals.
Self-defense.
Yeah, it got into a
I just
fight.
walked in there and they just started shooting. I couldn't help it. It's a miracle us going in unarmed as we obviously are managed to survive that encounter.
Okay, so again, they're saddened, but they still agree that unsavory steps sometimes must be taken. Close the door. And there's Merrick, in sideways. Maybe they get you to shift to fill it more.
Yeah.
Right.
I make the door closing sound.
Okay.
Closing sound.
Okay. So they get Poser and you to lean in close to each one of them, right? So one is speaking to Rahaul, and the other one gets Poser to lean in, right? So Rahaul, he starts to explain. According to Fren and Craig, though one is explaining to you and the other one's just even though he's got Poser in front of him, he's just kind of repeating or just yeah, that's what's happened, exactly what happened, but he's leaning into his own guy. This is what we know about the dealings that Darga has on Cloud City. According to them, okay, the Hut has been taking the Tabana gas shipped from Fig and Associates, the parent company that owns their little company.
Yep.
And selling it to the Empire. Shh. What? Inside voice. I'm whispering. They could barely hear it. Inside voice. Okay, so to the Empire. The transactions are usually discreet and they've been unable to learn what Darga gets out of the deal. However, we do know that the next transaction between Darga and the Empire will take place during Cloud City Sabak tournament. We suggest that you visit the Yareth Bespin Hotel. It's one of the finest in the city. Or perhaps the Royal Casino, where this year's tournament is to be held. Though, so far, you guys do know from galactic lore, we established this earlier, the Empire rarely makes itself known on Cloud City. So many strangers have arrived in the last few days. Any Imperial agent could easily disguise himself as nobility, a card player, a worker, just a tourist, because Cloud City is an elite tourism,
I can easily disguise myself as an Imperial agent.
With your pinstripe armor, you'll blend right in.
No, I actually have an Imperial insurgent's outfit, if you recall.
Oh, that's right.
You mean the informant? The informant?
The informant. Yeah.
Yep. Nothing says rat bastard squealer like that trench coat you pulled off the douchebag, but it's one step closer to being almost trusted. But then again, do you really want to advertise that you're an Imperial squealer by walking around in that coat?
But I could drop the coat on a mark and observe who observes the... You know what I'm saying?
Oh, use them to lure.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a thought. It's an option.
Yeah.
We haven't gone there yet.
Yeah, okay.
Well, my friends, thank you very much for the information. I apologize sincerely for the loss of your peoples. But my advice is you send a crew down there right away to keep production going so as to not alert any of the higher-ups.
Okay. And we'll see you next time. We shot first. For the streamers, stay tuned. A little bit more coming. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next episode. Say goodnight. Vabish.
Good night, all.